a.k.a. White Jesus, a.k.a. Jesus Clark, makes her rookie season playoff debut today, but it did not quite go her way. Asia Wilson was announced the MVP for the 2024 season, but is it unanimous? The playoffs have started today, and we're going to talk about that and much more right after the intro.
I have no problem.
This was different to see.
And plus, you don't want your
This was different to see this game. Oh, my goodness. What a difference this was to see this game. What's up, boys, girls, he's, she's, they, them, we's, or whatever you choose to identify as. Welcome to the W360, your home for all things women's basketball. I'm your host, CJSoFoolish, and welcome to another episode. What's up, everybody? What's up, Self-Made Reach, Joe, RC, Sade? What's up, Lisa G? Lauren, I know you're out there as well. Welcome to the W360, guys. If you are a returning subscriber and viewer, thank you so much. And if you are new here, subscribe. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, guys, which is crazy. But I certainly appreciate everyone. And please be sure to cop your Shut Your Pie Hole shirts at www.shopthew360.com. To those of you who have purchased your merch, thank you so much. Your merch is going out Monday, okay? So you will get your merch next week sometime, okay? Thank you so much for the purchases, guys. One of the shirts have sold out, so I am truly, truly, truly grateful for you all. Thank you so much. What's up, everybody? What a game this was today. What a game it was. My goodness. My goodness. All right, guys, you guys know the Indiana Fever opened up the playoffs tonight. They lost 93-69. And White Jesus, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Did not have a good shooting game today. But to everyone messaging me and saying, oh, White Jesus, how'd she do? White Jesus didn't do good. Listen. It's her first playoff game as a pro. It's okay. It's okay. Some of your favorites been in the league for 12 years and still no one cares when they make the playoffs. No one cares. I don't believe White Jesus is going to come back on Wednesday and shoot that bad. I don't think Kelsey Mitchell is going to come back Wednesday and play and shoot this bad. This game, Indiana did not play horribly on defense. They just couldn't hit a shot. Nothing. They couldn't throw it in the ocean if they were standing by the shore. That doesn't happen 2 games in a row. I mean, literally, this game, Connecticut shot the best that they've ever shot. Dejanay Carrington hit a 3. She shoots 20%. She's a 20% three-point shooter, and she hit a 3. Alyssa Thomas, with her no shoulders, she's hitting shots. They haven't shot this well all season. And they came out today and shot better than I've ever seen them shoot. And Indiana shot as bad as I've ever seen them shoot. The numbers game is going to catch up. I'm not worried about it at all. Shooters do not have back-to-back bad shooting nights. It doesn't happen. It doesn't normally happen, okay? I have faith in White Jesus. I think she's going to bounce back. I think they're going to win next game, and then they're going to take the third game back to Indiana and win it in front of the fans. Seriously. I don't see this happening 2 games in a row. Now, one thing I do want to point out, and this isn't to be nitpicky, but I think it would make a huge difference as far as an adjustment that needs to be made, and I mean, just go ahead and make it for next game. Go right ahead. Christy, get Alyssa Smith off the starting lineup. Get her off the starting lineup. She doesn't want to play. She doesn't want to play. This is the playoffs. If you're going to go ahead, make the adjustment. Make the adjustment. It's nothing much more to lose. It's nothing to lose. Go ahead and pull her out of this starting lineup. Pull her from the game altogether. She doesn't want to play. This is the playoffs. Go ahead and start off with your best five. Start off with your best five. She's not even top in the team anymore. She kills the momentum. And this is what you have to start out with. She kills the momentum. She's not giving anything on offense. She's not a threat on offense, and she's giving up points on defense. Stop starting her and leaving her in for 5 minutes. After she's given up 10 points, go ahead and put her at the end of the bench. That's where she sat when you put her out. The rest of the game, she sat at the end of the bench. She's not even participating in the team huddles. She's not sitting with the team. Get her out of my town. Get her out of my town. Get her away from this team. Seriously, you can't start a playoff game with a player like this who's a cancer on this team and then bring her out and start her in the second quarter or second half. She's killing the energy. Killing it. She's out there with an attitude. Her energy is just off. Nothing about her says, let's go. This is my first playoffs. Nothing. Nothing. She plays like, it's like, all right, one more game. One more game, and I get to go back to DeJournay house, man. Hey, I'm just ready for this to be over. I'm ready to get to DeJournay. That's how she plays. Like, this game is holding up a lot of mess that she's trying to get to. Basketball is in the way in her life right now. Basketball is in the way. Seriously, this is a compromise. How is she starting? I mean, the MVP votes tells you already this league isn't serious, but in what league can a very first playoffs you start against the team that you're playing against? This your girlfriend is on the team. Who's going to trust you? I don't. Who's going to trust you? Now, listen, no one trusts you on this floor. Not one fan. One. Get her out of my town. She stinks. Stinky, dirty diaper. She stinks. Everything about this stinks. Move on. Move on from Nalissa. Seriously. Get her out the starting lineup, Christy. What's so hard? What more can you lose? Literally, she is a player. When she's on the court, Indiana is a player down. It's 4-on-5. Thank you for the super chat, Peg Wardo or Peg Wardo. It is hard to shoot with a stool black eye. Yeah, I don't know how much White Sheets' eye was bothering her. I mean, it did turn black. But I mean, not too much on White Sheets. People can call me biased. I don't care. Not too much on White Sheets. I think she didn't play awful. She got hurt in the first quarter by DeJournay. It's probably something these two drew up together. But I mean, she is playing with the black eye. She didn't do horrible on defense. It's just this team. They were cold. They couldn't hit. Lexi has been hitting all season. She couldn't really hit tonight. Kelsey Mitchell was too many turnovers. She was playing ISO basketball a little too much. A little too much. That's not how you win playoff games. And the thing is, I think the media is giving DeWanna Bonner and this Connecticut team way too much defensive credit. Way too much. Indiana had a lot of open shots. Open. So you can't be mad at that. They were getting great looks. They just wasn't knocking the shots down. You can't win any games. White Jesus has to knock those shots down. Kelsey Mitchell has to score. Kelsey Mitchell has to score, and so does White Jesus to win playoff games. You have to score. I mean, this Connecticut team came out scoring, and they're one of the worst offensive teams in the league. I don't know. If the league was smart, I'd want Indiana to move forward. Who wants to watch Connecticut in playoffs? No one wants to watch Connecticut. No one wants to watch Alyssa Thomas just come down, bulldozing, knocking people over. And who else? Who else? It's not exciting. This is the playoffs in 2024. People want to be excited and entertained. This Connecticut team doesn't give you that at all. They stink. They stink. Seriously. Thank you for the super chat. It says, I say no long nails in games. Look, there's no real rules in this league. What do you expect? Look at what's happening. There's no real rules in this league. You got DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas. They have kids together, and DeWanna has kids by another WNBA player. You can wear nails, hair, rings. You can wear everything you want to wear. There's no real rules. People have votes, MVP votes, that participate in Twitter spaces and tweet back and forth with fans. Like, it's just a traveling sorority. That's what it is. That's what it has been, a traveling sorority that plays basketball on the side. Any and everything goes. You want to be free and be whoever you want and not live by regular standard society rules? Come play for the WNBA. But make sure you're not white or straight. You won't fit in. Application denied. Seriously. You could go and play in the game with this necklace and earrings on. No one cares. No one cares. You think the refs are going to say anything? They can barely make a good call. I wouldn't hire these refs for an AAU Pee-wee game. They stink. Seriously. Nothing is serious. There's nothing been going on these past years, but a lot of just hooping and humping. Humping and hooping. That's it. And you just play basketball on the side. It's been a traveling, hooping and humping sorority. Seriously. But yeah, nonetheless, Christy Sides, go ahead and make the adjustment to the starting lineup. Get her off. Get her off. Send her home. I'm tired of looking at her. I don't want to watch her play another game in that uniform. Send her away. Send her away. Send her away. I mean, Victoria Saxton had more points than Alyssa Smith. You're not familiar with Victoria Saxton, are you? Because she hasn't played all season. And she gets in the playoff game and she outscores Alyssa Smith. And Alyssa is starting? Get her out of my town. Seriously. Seriously, it's weird. It's weird. It's almost like as if, let's get them, let's get this team, let's get them out the way. The shot clock is malfunctioning, but it only malfunctions when Indiana gets the ball. That's it. It doesn't malfunction with Connecticut. It only is cutting off and putting up the wrong numbers when Indiana gets the ball, when the game is close. It's almost as if it's like, just, let's get them out the way so we can go back to our regular girls. Let's go back. I mean, imagine being on that side happy. Yeah, Indiana is out. Yeah, we can go back to low viewership in our regular girls. Yeah, we don't want the new rookie. We don't want the hype. No, no, no. Let's go back to the regulars that everybody been not watching. Seriously, get her out of town. Get her out of town. Another adjustment that has to be made for the next game. Indiana has to rebound better. Rebound better. They had our bigs, Indiana bigs, had 2 offensive rebounds the entire game. The entire game. If you're not shooting well from the outside, you definitely got to rebound to create more opportunities to score. There has to be it got to be a lot of adjustments made to this team after the season. Seriously, I hope Lynn Dunn and Christy sit with Lisa and figure it out. Because it's starting here. Send her away. Then next, Katie Lou. Seriously. Hosehead said the game was at a casino. And am I the only one who's hearing this one fan? They're yelling defense, and it's so screeching, and I think it's so weird. I'm like, how is this one fan voice able to be heard in the broadcast the entire game? Cut her out. Escort her out the game. She's a distraction. Yeah, send her. Yeah, Melissa Smith has to start learning another language. Yeah, you better start learning another language because I don't even know what your trade value is. Sade says, I think Christy Wallace is the first out the door. I think she's the first out the door. Katie Lou and Christy Wallace. Katie Lou and Christy, you can just put them on together. But she's the first out the door. She's a cancer on this team. She's a cancer and she's starting. And that makes a huge difference, especially in a playoff series. You don't come back. E. Rogel says Smith was a -3. Lexi played a solid game. Lexi Hustle played a solid game. She played a solid game. She just wasn't hitting her shots. And Stephanie White did do a good job of exposing that DeWanna Bonner and Lexi Hustle matchup. I don't know, Lexi. DeWanna got you. DeWanna got you a few times. And Stephanie White exposed that this game. She exposed that this game. That DeWanna Bonner and Lexi Hustle matchup, I think DeWanna probably has an edge on Lexi. Overall, Lexi played hard, though. She played hard. C-Dub said, just trade Smith and be down the player. I don't even know if anybody will get her. That's the thing. At this point, just release her. I don't even know what you could get for her. All right. Let's take a look at, actually, I want to ask you guys, what adjustments do you want to see Christy Sides make for the next game? Okay, I say adjust the starting lineup, and I wouldn't even do a whole lot different. This team isn't good offensively. We just got to hit shots. You hit shots, you beat this team. They're not good. They just play bully ball. But I think Aaliyah Boston matched physicality for the most part. You just got to hit your shots. You were getting open shots. It's not even like it was hard for anybody to get any open looks. Indiana got a lot of open looks. You just got to knock them down, and you beat this team. You beat them. You beat them. You beat them. C-Dub says Bonner on CC was a good game plan. She threw different looks at CC. She threw different looks at White Sheets. And Stephanie White is a good coach. So she threw different looks at White Jesus. E. Rogel said Boston held her own. Smith didn't show up. Boston was solid. Like I said, Boston matched the physicality. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pete P. What's up, Pete? Pete says they will end CC's career with a cheap shot. Leave it to the WNBA. Oh, leave the WNBA CC ASAP. Michelle says that she leaves the game. Call timeouts. Get rid of Smith. Katie Lou. Put in Timmy. All right, let's take some looks at some of the fun plays from the game, and then we got to talk about this MVP. And I'm sorry if y'all get mad at me. You know, I don't care, but we got to talk about this MVP and if it was unanimous. And you know, we're just going to tell the truth about it. Okay, let's take a look at some highlights from today's game, and then we'll come back and talk about it. See, this is them. This is the thing. This is Connecticut. This is them. This isn't a playoff team. This is them. They're going to do this in the game. They're beatable. They're beatable. White Jesus comes up with the steal. Nice pass. Aaliyah goes up strong, and she talked mess after that. Loved it. Kelsey Mitchell with the basket and one. Just imagine if they were shooting decent this game. This game was won. And won. What was on the third one? I forgot to mention earlier. Christy Sides has to go into Aaliyah more when she has that matchup with Bree Jones. Anybody can score on Bree Jones. Bree Jones is slow. Bree Jones is out of shape. And not only is she awful on the offensive end of the floor, she turns it over most of the time she gets it, but she's out of shape and slow. She's very heavy and slow. Go to Aaliyah on the block with Bree Jones. 7 out of 10 times Aaliyah Boston is scoring. Bree Jones stink. She stinks. Seriously. That's every time. This is every time. They have to do this next game. Bree Jones cannot guard Aaliyah Boston. Bree Jones can't guard me. This is every time. You have to attack her. You have to attack Bree Jones. My goodness, she's awful. White Jesus pulls up. That was one of the ones she made today. White Jesus again. She goes in with this confidence next game. Indiana wins next game. They take game 3 to Gamebridge. Kelsey for the 3. Look at Nalissa. She's so mad. Bree Jones on Bree Jones again. Again. This is on Bree Jones again. Christy has to expose this next game. Bree Jones can't guard a stop sign. She's slow. She's slow. My goodness. I mean, I'm yelling it the whole game. Go attack Bree Jones. The same way any team would say, attack Katie Lou. Attack Katie Lou. Attack Bree Jones. She's slow. My goodness. Bree Jones can't guard herself. Seriously. But I say, Indiana wins next game. They come out shooting better. They win next game, and we taking game 3 to Gamebridge. Okay. Let's go over some stats from the game. White Jesus ended the game with 11 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, and a block. If White Jesus converts on at least half of her points, she give a 20-point game minimally. Kelsey Mitchell give another 20, 25-point game. 27. White Jesus gives 20, 22, 23 points. Aaliyah Boston, 17 points, 11 rebounds. This game is won. Lexi give a good 10, 12 points, 15. This game is won. It's won. And game 3 is in Gamebridge. In front of the fans. Leah Boston, 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks. Lexi Ho, 5 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. Kelsey Mitchell, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Dantes, 12 points, 2 rebounds. Erica Wheeler had a point and 2 assists. Victoria Saxton had 2 points. Nalissa Smith, 0 points and a rebound. Also got to give shout to Marina Money Mabry. Marina Mabry again. Something that don't happen normally, but Marina Mabry had 27 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. This just goes to show just how bad it had to be in Chicago, because Marina was she was awful in Chicago, but look how good she's playing now. Meanwhile, Chicago didn't even make the playoffs, and Marina Mabry is in round 1 of the playoffs, and she had 27 points. What was going on in Chicago to where a player like Marina Mabry begged to get out of town and then went to a new team, assisted them in the playoffs, came off the bench and scored the most points off the bench in WNBA history? I don't know what's going on in Chicago, but it obviously isn't good. Marina Mabry was good. And you remember earlier in the season, Marina Mabry couldn't hit a free throw. She couldn't hit a 3. And you remember the play where Angel Reese was going for her, like, one of her record double-doubles, and Marina Mabry was standing there like, give her the ball. Give her the ball. I don't know, Cheryl Swoops. I think you were talking about the wrong team when you said it was a lot going on the team. I don't think it's a lot going on in Indiana. You need to look at Chicago. My goodness. Marina was on fire. White Jesus come out shooting that like that on Wednesday. It's a W. W. Alyssa Thomas bullied her way to 12 points, 10 rebounds, 13 assists. She had another triple-double. DeWanda Bonner, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. And Dejanay, she had 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 10 conversations with Nalissa. Okay. New York blew out Atlanta today, 83-69. I tweeted it, and if you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at the W360_. Renee Montgomery, maybe you should have been paying attention to Atlanta instead of podcasting about what Caitlin Clark fans are saying on social media. My goodness gracious, Atlanta looked like a team that made you wonder, how did they get to the playoffs? Oh, they looked awful. They looked awful. And right now, Minnesota and Phoenix are playing. Minnesota 56. Phoenix has 42 at the half. Okay. Now, let's talk about the MVP votes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Oh, thank you, Eddie, for the $99.99. Saving for a verified X account. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much for the super chat, and I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better, Eddie. I know that I saw you tweet and you said you had COVID, so I hope you're feeling better. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Need it, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's talk about it, guys. The WNBA announced The 2024 MVP is Asia Wilson. The unanimous MVP is Asia Wilson, okay? Let's take a look at the votes here. Asia Wilson got a total. Basically unanimous. That means she got all of the votes, guys. And I want to go over again what that means before I react to this. This means all of the voters said Asia Wilson is MVP, and that means no one else is close. Asia Wilson is the unanimous MVP. The last time this happened was in 1997 when Cynthia Cooper received the MVP vote. Excuse me. She received the MVP vote, but her team was in first place, and Cynthia Cooper was the best player on the best team in the league. Asia Wilson team is in fourth place, and you're telling me with these MVP votes, Naphesia Collier can't get one vote? Not one? Breanna Stewart doesn't get one vote. Not one. There are 16 voters. And Breanna Stewart and Naphesia Collier, who basically outplayed Asia Wilson. I like Asia Wilson. I'm a fan. But I'm also fair. Asia Wilson gets the unanimous MVP, and her team is in fourth place, one. And both times that she played Naphesia Collier, she didn't beat her, and Naphesia outplayed her. And Naphesia don't get one vote, not one person. And then on top of it, Angel Reese gets a fourth place vote. Angel Reese gets a fourth place MVP vote. And nothing against Angel Reese. She had a good season. She had a good season overall. She rebounded. She had a double-double. But you're telling me one of these voters said Angel Reese is the MVP of this league. Now you see why no one takes any one of you serious? Do you see why everyone has always thought the league was a joke? Because of stuff like this. Anyone who has followed this league all season knows Angel Reese had a good season. Yes, she played good for a rookie. She got a lot to work on. But overall, on the team she was on, and she played good. But MVP? She's not even the best. She's not even top 3 of the rookies. Angel and Naphesia Collier doesn't get one vote. And what's going to happen is when they announce the Rookie of the Year, it's not going to be unanimous. You're going to have voters that believe that Angel Reese is the Rookie of the Year. None of this can be taken serious. None of them. None of them. None. But this was decided in May. This was decided in May, and I have no problem with Asia Wilson being the MVP. Yeah, she's the MVP. I have no problem with that. But unanimous? Unanimous? This is a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke. This almost feels like, let's give Asia Wilson unanimous MVP now so she can have it. That's why it was announced at 5 o'clock this morning when everyone was asleep. Let's give it to her now so she can have it, because moving forward, things are going to move different. This isn't going to be able to even be explained. It's not even going to be able to be explained. So give it to her now while there's still jokes in the media. There are still jokes as writers. And before this league gets cleaned up. I mean, honestly, this Unanimous makes no sense. Shout out to White Jesus. I'm not mad at her getting 4th place MVP. Makes sense. Asia, Stewie, Naphesia, and then Caitlin Clark. Makes sense. Says a lot about a lot of you that a rookie is 4th place MVP, but Unanimous makes no sense. And then you're going to turn around and say it's not unanimous for Caitlin Clark to get the Rookie of the Year because you're going to have voters that feel like, no, Angel Reese. That's crazy. What? Just a traveling girls club that played basketball on the side. That's it. Traveling girls club. Traveling girls club where all you guys did was just a lot of hooping and humping and played basketball when you had to, and you called yourselves a professional league. That's why a lot of them hasn't gotten any better. It's just been hooping and humping. That's it. That's it. Traveling girls club. No real refs. No real media. No real coaches. Just hooping and humping. Seriously. ES says Asia was the MVP before season started. So much for value. Yeah, this was campaigned in May. The league gave this in May. They gave, and I'm not, again, I don't want to get anyone to get it confused here. I'm not saying Asia Wilson isn't the MVP. Well deserved. Asia Wilson is having a phenomenal season. My whole thing is keep it fair. Keep it fair. Now, this is the time, Cheryl Reeve. You should come out and have something to say. But everyone was so focused on White Jesus. This is where your outrage needs to be directed towards. This is where you need to have something to come out and say, Cheryl. I don't think Caitlin Clark's coverage should have been your issue. It should have been the fact that the league was advocating for Asia Wilson to get MVP back in May. And Naphesia Collier is just disregarded. No votes at all. And Naphesia Collier outplayed her every time they played. Brianna Stewart, I guess the league said, hey, we can't do it twice. They gave her the MVP last season, so now they say this season, just please, to avoid any outrage and protest, just give it to her. That's not the way a professional league should be ran. Who cares who gets mad? Who cares about their tweets? Why is the league so afraid of Dawn Staley? I'll say it. Why is the league so scared of Dawn Staley? Who cares if she gets mad? Run your league like a professional league instead of some girls club that's just been traveling and hooping and humping. Humping and hooping. And marrying each other. With a little bit of basketball on the side. Keep it fair. That's all we want. I just want fairness. Keep it fair. $33HZ says league needs a new commissioner who can focus on restructuring. This league is a mess. I agree. There has to be a lot of changes made. A lot. Start with the refs and move on down. Put some rules in this league. Give this league some rules. Guys, if you haven't, make sure you shop www.shopthew360.com. Get your Shut Your Pie Hole shirts. Also have White Jesus merch on the way. Make sure you get your merch, okay? Thank you for the super chat. The one that counts for Rookie of the Year is Associated Press. Associated Press did announce Caitlin Clark the unanimous Rookie of the Year, but gotta wait on the WNBA announcement. Gotta wait on the WNBA announcement, okay? Gotta wait on the WNBA announcement. I can't wait until this happens. I really want to see which direction the league is going to go. I'd like to see what direction are you guys going to take this? What direction? Are you going to be fair and give the obvious unanimous rookie of the year? That's unanimous. Or are you going to have voters who feel like Angel Reese deserves and should get rookie of the year? I can't wait to see. Another announcement around the WNBA. It was announced White Jesus, a.k.a. Jesus Clark, was announced the Kia Rookie of the Month. Okay, averaging 22.5 points a game, 5.6 rebounds a game, and 9.1 assists per game. Okay. Shout out to White Jesus. No nails. Rules is a good one. Need a bumper sticker, hooping and hopping. Bonnie Wilson is kind of funny, but she's arrogant, so she's not very likable. Doesn't have much fan base. Asia is rude. She was showing her own teammate. Y'all don't find Asia Wilson to be likable? I do think she's funny, goofy, funny. Personality-wise, she made some questionable comments this season, but overall, it's not much of an issue there, at least on my end. I think she's MVP, but unanimous is a bit of a stretch. All right, next game, round 2 of the WNBA playoffs, guys, will be on Wednesday, okay? It will be on Wednesday. That's the second round of the playoffs. All right, Wednesday. Make sure you are tuned in. I am pulling for White Jesus, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Indiana Fever. I'm pulling for them. Want them to win game 2 and take this game 3 on to Game Bridge and go ahead and close it out. That's what I'm predicting. I think it'll happen. We're going to see on Wednesday, okay? No, unlikable. No. Y'all don't like... Y'all don't like Asia. Asia has no personality. It is what it is. Somebody will clip this and swear and say I'm bashing Asia, or you can't say this about Asia on ESPN. Yes, Brittany Griner. Sounds man, y'all are crazy in this chat. FM says you playing with fire, CJ. Asia is narcissistic and y'all are crazy in this chat. All right. That was my stance on the MVP vote. Don't think it should have been unanimous, but congratulations to Asia Wilson nonetheless. All right. The game is on now, guys. Phoenix Mercury and Minnesota Lynx are playing, so I'm definitely going to check out the rest of that game. I hope everyone else checks out the rest of the games. I hope everyone enjoy your Sunday filled with NFL and WNBA playoffs. Make sure you shop the W360.com. Get your merch. If you have already purchased your shirts, thank you so much. Merch is going out tomorrow, so you will get your merch next week, okay? Be sure to shoot me an email if you have any questions or concerns regarding your order. If you don't see a size and want to request a size, I might can make it happen, but just shoot me an email. Let me see. Other than that, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and peace and so grease.